Hello, classes. This is a special recording just for the people who are planning to work only online at the beginning of this year. Some of you will be online at certain points if you're asked to quarantine or if you get sick or someone in your family gets sick. Others of you have planned to just start the school year online and work online until things seem safer. Totally respect this decision. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up for how that's going to work in terms of the Canvas and the class recordings and the time commitment. So the first thing that you need to know is that everything is going to be posted under the modules on Canvas. You can get to that. There's a link on the left-hand side of the page. So you click on the modules link and you will see that each module is divided by class period. And so I am kind of expecting you to keep up at the same pace as the students who are attending in person are keeping up. You will be a couple hours behind because it'll take me a second to get the class recordings uploaded. But really, you can do the work on the exact same day as the people who are here in person. And because of that, I have set due dates for those days. Now, I always set the due dates for a B day. So even if you are enrolled technically in the A day class, you will have, I guess, then an extra day. And that is because like I said, it is going to take me a couple hours to upload that video. And I want to give you the school day to get it done. And you'll see a few different types of assignments. The one that I use the most is just called assignment, and that is where I will post most of the lecture videos because I need to hold you accountable for actually watching those. I cannot stress enough how important it is that you hear the class discussion and hear my lectures. Those will be short videos. They'll never be longer than 15 minutes, I anticipate, but basically you need to hear what it is like to be in this classroom because so much of learning how to write well is learning at a level of discourse. And that just means that like you're going to hear some academic language, you're going to be sort of immersed, almost like language immersion, right? You're going to be immersed in the language of what it's like to talk about rhetoric or argumentation or whatever class you're doing. I think earlier I might have said AP language. This is a video for everybody. So whether you're 10 honors, AP language, or AP literature, it is really important for you to kind of hear how people are speaking together. And that will help you kind of imitate the way we are speaking when you make your own videos or when you post to assignments. So I have assignments for all the class recordings. You'll watch the recording, and then I've tried to not make it too tedious for you. I have a couple questions that you'll answer, and that shows me that you not only understood what is in the recording, but then I can just tell that you watched the recording. The other type of assignment that you're going to see are discussions. I've usually set it so that you have to post your opinion before you read other people's opinions. Just be on the lookout for any time on the discussion where I say that you need to respond to other people, because in order to get points for that assignment, I am going to be looking for both your initial post and then your responses. And then the other type of assignment that you might see are quizzes. And quizzes are going to be timed AP responses. So if you're in 10H, I really doubt you're going to see any quizzes or timed responses. Maybe. I'm still building it. But if you're in AP, that's the way that I give you practice on those multiple choice questions and the timed essays that you'll need to learn to write. And then there are some outside sources that I'll be using. I will be using Nearpod. I am guessing after an entire term of online learning, you've seen a Nearpod. If not, don't worry about it. There will be a link in an assignment and it'll be super easy to get to. And then I will also be using Flipgrid, which is basically an online tool that you can use to use a webcam or your phone and record yourself discussing something. So that kind of alleviates a lot of the writing that you would have to do. When you look at those assignments, pay very close attention to the set due dates, but also the set due times. I have set times for those assignments to be due, and I have been really careful and purposeful about which times I make you turn those things in by. There is late work in this class. It is half credit. So even if you are 5 minutes past that deadline, let's say it's 7 a.m. If you turn in the assignment at 7:05 a.m., that assignment is now late, and it'll be really easy for me to tell because on Canvas it'll have a big red thing that says late, so I will know. And there will be a lot of assignments. And so if a couple assignments are late, it's no big deal. But just so you know, that's 50% credit now. And then I have until the end of the month always where you can still turn those assignments in. I have a hard deadline I've done this for years. At the end of the month, by midnight, you have to have everything turned in, and after that you don't get any credit at all. So late work 50% all the way up until the end of the month. You can get that 50% at the end of the month. No more late work. And you can tell on the assignments themselves when those need to be turned in and when it will become no longer available to you. A little note about the time commitment for the class. Basically, this is not a blended learning course. This course is still designed as an in-person course. But like I said, I completely respect you for wanting to stay at home. I get it. We have all struggled with that decision this year, and some of us are better able to make that decision than others. So if you're working online, you need to know that you're going to be spending the same amount of time in this class and on this classwork as you would if you were here in person. And that can be a little bit tedious online, and I recognize that. A lot of times blended learning courses like you might have in other classes are set up so that you spend a little bit less time with the online portion. But with an AP class, that I just decided that is not going to be possible for me. So just know that I'm going to be recording things or having corresponding assignments that will equal the length of time that you would be in class. And I need to give you a heads up, it might be even 5-10 minutes longer than the length of time you would be in class, because of the way that I'm trying to hold you accountable for the class recordings. So, you might have 3 minutes where you need to write a couple notes down after a recording, and that's something that if you were in class, you wouldn't have to spend those 3 minutes. There are also homework assignments, and those are the same for the people who are in class versus at home. And I've labeled them big with capital letters homework so that everyone knows what is supposed to count for the homework. And since this is either an AP or an honors class, there's a little bit of homework. In Honors 10, you should expect about 2 hours of homework a week. And in AP Language and Literature, you should expect 3 to 4 hours of homework a week. Now, I'm told sometimes that's 1 hour and sometimes that's 4 hours. I tried to give you kind of a median there. And some people are faster writers than others, and some people are faster readers than others. The majority of your homework is going to be reading, and along with that, reading is annotating, but you should have a heads up about that. And I've labeled it that way because if you're trying to structure your day as a good online learner, let me give you the best advice my father ever gave me. My father and I disagree on a lot of different things, but he gave me the best advice for college, which was when I first had to start regulating my own schedule. And he said, treat it like a job. Set your hours. For me, it always worked to do like a 9 to 5. These days, you might want to stick to your what you're used to with school. Do a 7 to 3 or a 7:30 to 2:30 or whatever. And work during those time periods. Give yourself a lunch, give yourself 5-minute breaks during the passing times, and commit to doing school. Because I think what really didn't work last year, I mean, there was a lot of stuff on the teacher's end that also didn't work. I am not innocent here, but one thing that really didn't work for students was that they felt like, oh, school's out, so I will just get a job and I'll fit school in when I can. And that just didn't work. It doesn't work because school is your job. As a student, school is your job. And if you have other circumstances where we need to talk about that, you let me know. But you should expect to spend the same amount of time studying at home as you would in school. And that's a good, 7:30 to 2:30 schedule. And I think that block schedule just works so well. And I know you're looking at a screen now, so it's different, and I get that, and it's harder. Take those breaks, but you're gonna have to adapt. We're all having to adapt. sucks this year. This year is terrible. But yeah, whatever you choose to do, whether you choose to come in sometimes to class or choose to do everything online, just know that they got your back. I've posted all the material. You are not missing out on material, even if you are missing out on being in my wonderful in-person presence. And don't be afraid to ask me questions and send me emails. Just as a heads up too, I will stop answering emails at 3 p.m. I give myself that block and I stick to that block. I will be here from 7 to 3. But still don't be afraid to send emails. Just get them in a little bit early so I can answer in time. And I miss you. I miss seeing your faces. So hopefully we get a vaccine and we're all cured and everything will be good soon. So I'll see you guys later.